All right, now we're doing 7Q, 254 Shades of Grey. This is by Ject, and 91% of the people like it. Why would we want to stop at only 50 Shades of Grey? Let's see how many we can get to. Write a function. We're going to write a function that takes a number in as a parameter and returns an array containing in shades of gray in hexadecimal code, 6 A's for example. The array should be sorted in ascending order starting with 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1 and go all the way up. And as a reminder, the gray color is composed by the same number of red, green, and blue. So as you see, we're just going to be repeating a number like that. Black isn't going to be part of it, and white is way past 254 because we're stopping at 254. All right, so with this one, for this one, we're going to be using a for loop. So let's declare the result variable to start off with. Result equals an empty array, and then we're going to say for let I equal 1, since we're not going to have 0 in there. And while I is less than or equal to, because it's going to be inclusive, the n is going to be included, but we're going to also stop at 254 if n is larger than 254. So we're going to have to do a minimum, find the minimum between these two numbers. And to do that, we're going to use this Math.min function, which returns the smallest of the numbers given as input parameters, or infinity if there are no parameters. Well, there's going to be parameters. So what we're going to do here is say Math.min, and we're going to say whichever number is lower, n or 254. And then we're going to say I plus plus, iterating through the numbers. All right. That being said, now we're going to have to turn the I that's past 9 into hexadecimal stuff. So like, you know, A, B, 1A, whatever. You know how this thing works. So what we're going to do for that is we're going to use this number.prototype.toString method, which is a method that returns a string represented by a certain number value. So we're going to put in there, in this little parentheses, the radix of 16 to turn it into hexadecimal like they did for this one. But this isn't good examples, but whatever. All right, so for that, we're going to say, we're going to let gray, because we're just going to be repeating this number 3 times. So we're going to let gray equal I dot toString 16. Whoops, 16 like that. Let's see. And that looks good enough. Oh, also we're going to have to, we'll fix this up in a little bit. All right, so now we've got that. We're also going to say we're going to say result dot push, and we're going to say a hashtag right there plus gray plus gray plus gray. So it's going to repeat this number 3 times, just like in the color thing. All right, and then we're going to return result. And I'm sure you know what's going to happen. So yeah, we've got 1, 1, 1 instead of 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So we've got to get those zeros in there somehow. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say 0 string plus this. Now let's test it out again. And looks good, right? Oh yeah, great. Uh-oh, what's the problem here? Oh, 0, 1, 0, 0, 10 is not how we do it. So we got to get rid of those zeros if they're double-digit numbers, which is pretty much all of them other than the first 9. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to use this slice method, which returns a shallow copy of a portion of array into a new object selected from start to end. End is not included, where start and end represent the index of items in that array. And blah, 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 blah. But right here you can see, this is what we're going to do specifically, is we're going to slice the last 2 off using -2, just like they did right here. So that way we can just get these two, these two, these two, which is, I mean, it's all the same. But anyway, what we're going to do here is wrap this thing up in parentheses. So we're going to say dot slice -2, whoops, -2, and let's see what happens. Looks good. Looks good. Let's submit it. All right. And as you see here, it's pretty much the same thing. Different syntax a little bit, but whatever. Here's when they're using the array. When they're making an array of whatever length, either in or 254 length, and then doing a map instead of a for loop. They're using pad start instead of slice, and repeat instead of plus plus plus. You know, that works. And then you can probably go down and see a bunch more. Let's go to mine. Best practice in my opinion. Very much like it, and we'll see you next time.